My name is Jordan Barry-Browne. I'm a 33-year-old illustrator and cartoonist from Dublin in Ireland. I have a brand called Illstrips, which I do my comic books and illustration work under, and I also work freelance under the title Illstrips. I wanted the space to feel very organic, with a feeling of the original art on one wall and some of the more finished, realized work on the other, with the movie posters, soundtrack covers, and just a space where people could walk around, pick things up, just really experience it as something handmade and nostalgic. I'd like them to notice, I guess, the inspiration that I've taken from Japanese themes, but not trying to copy it, but more trying to create something new, but keeping the influence grounded in the Japanese style, but always trying to create a new vision, and rather than repeat existing ideas. I think the work has spoken well to the Japanese who have come to see it so far, and maybe I would like them to feel nostalgic about some of the stuff that they see. Maybe they remember certain characters or TV shows, yokai, from their childhood. So I think this aspect of it is really nice to see, the nostalgic side of it. Yeah, I think all of these themes have a similarity in the fact that they're literally just somebody's imagination expressed in a very handmade form, whether it be B-movies, comics, making toys. I think the through line is just the imagination and the dedication to the craft. I think somewhat it's very easy to walk down the street and feel inspired in Japan. I think if you're looking at Japanese manga and movies, horror movies, even graphic design on the streets, it's impossible not to reflect this in your own artwork. And it's also inspired maybe my line art and my sense of color and just how I approach my work. So the first time I came to Itoshima, I did a project about yokai, and I think it was unavoidable to feel inspired by the landscape. You could feel walking down the street that you could bump into a tanuki crawling out of a bush, or walking by the lake, there could be a kappa hiding there, a nurikabe in a dark alleyway on the way home. So, of course, this seeped into my project. And then this time, doing the project about henshin and tokusatsu, a lot of the kaijin are based on nocturnal animals, whether it be owls or bats, spiders, snakes. So all you have to do in Itoshima is walk outside and you see these creatures in the night, or there's a lot of nature around here. So I drew inspiration from the natural world around me. And yeah, it's been really nice to just explore the surrounding environment when you're not drawing, and then come home and do some work based around those ideas. The first time I came to Japan, I did a project about yokai, which is obviously very traditional Japanese culture. So it was interesting to dig up some of this in film and on TV, and all of the inspiration that goes all the way back to the Edo period, from the kawaraban broadsheets up until the present day. It's really inherent in Japanese culture. And yes, and my second project here in Studio Kura is about tokusatsu and henshin. I think this is still a big part of Japanese culture, but maybe it's moved a little bit away. So it's nice to maybe see a revival of this in my work. And I think these subjects are really interesting. So coming here, it's great to explore them, learn about them, and then create some new work inspired by these subjects. Hip-hop culture, I think, has a unique relationship with comic books, movies, anime. One thing you realize when you're growing up is that you start listening to hip-hop music and you see all of this stuff reflected in the lyrics. of these rappers and the style of the DJs, producers, you begin to realize that they're also just big nerds underneath the harder exterior. So street culture and nerd culture, I think, has a real connection. And I like to draw this stuff. I'm not a rapper or a beat maker, but I try and use my drawing skills and imagination to add something to the culture. So when I listen to BUGSEED's music and Deadchannel, the idea came sometimes inspiration comes easy, and this time it worked well. I envisioned something similar to the work of Katsuhiro Otomo. So he creates some images sometimes from his Domu or Akira work, where there's kind of a shape above two characters or one character, maybe a square or a sphere. So I wanted to create something with the two guys, BUGSEED and Deadchannel, as if they had the weight of the city above them, and also building in things that they're interested in, like skateboarding, beat machines, SB1200s, speakers, and then just ramen shops, just a little bit of a vibe of Tokyo, Fukuoka, Japanese big cities. So they liked the idea, and we just ran from there. I drew it, I colored it, and the final results worked out for both of us. I usually go with the first idea that pops into my head. I try not to think about it too much. If the idea works well, I'll doodle it down quickly and then build that around the artist's vibe and the kind of music they produce. And hopefully they like the initial concept. If they do, I just run with that. So I think the best thing to do is really not to think about it too much and just run with the inspiration that you feel immediately after listening to the music. Yes, I think I would love to do maybe some toy designs. I like sofubi, and I don't make sofubi, but I would like to maybe do some design work for this kind of stuff. Of course, it would be always a dream to see some of my ideas or concepts turned into anime or live action. And I'd also like to work with more people in music, more rappers, more beat makers. I love collaborating with musicians, so hopefully I can do more of this in the future in Japan. I think from my experience of doing 3 residencies in Japan, it's great to take a break if you can. And maybe if you have the time, life is very hectic with work and family and friends, but even spend 2 weeks or a month at a residency either in Fukuoka or Sapporo or Tokyo. It's really fulfilling to see your ideas come to life after spending a short amount of time in a place. So make time for your ideas and see them come to fruition. Whether you're a musician, an illustrator, a filmmaker, and even if you're not an artist per se, pick up a pen, do some drawing. Everybody is always being very creative as a child, and I think people lose that a bit, so I think you should always lean into it and you'll get a lot out of it, even if, it's not about talent, it's just about having fun and play.